Hello, I'm Susan Blackburn. In a typical year, we would be gathering for our annual Caregiver Recognition Banquet to celebrate and honor our coworkers for their years of service, share a meal, and laugh at Angie Zeglo's legendary funny videos. This year, of course, because of the pandemic, we cannot get together, but we can still celebrate. Thank you to you all, and I hope you enjoyed this tribute video. Next year, when we can all get together, it will be one of our biggest banquets ever. Every caregiver recognized for their years of service in 2020 will also be invited to the 2021 banquet. Thank you.
Ideas for the 2020 Caregiver Awards Banquet. Ideas for the 2020 Caregiver Awards, not a banquet, just a video. Okay, nothing COVID. It's all we ever hear about is COVID. Maybe I could get the executive team together and have them lip sync some songs. Their name could be the Band-Aids, or the Flu Fighters, or the Ketones. No, we still couldn't get everyone together. What if I brought a box of kittens into work and just filmed people's reaction to them? That would be cute. But I don't have any kittens, or really even a box. There's probably rules against it. Okay. Let's see. I suppose since so many crazy things have happened this year, I could highlight a bunch of good things. Yes. Okay. What were some good things? I know. I could just start off by showing all the people who are getting their 5 through 25 year awards. That's fun. All right, there has to be some good things that happened this year. Oh, the environment. The environment improved. Since people were working at home, there wasn't as much car pollution in the air. That was good. And the dolphins supposedly came back to Venice. I didn't even know they had dolphins in Venice, but good for them. Ooh, I gotta write that down. CGI, a picture of Dr. Hall on a dolphin. And curbside pickup. Curbside pickup is the best. Oh, dang. What is today? What time is it? I gotta go pick stuff up.
Hi, Sandy. On behalf of St. Mary Medical Center, all of our staff, and all of Providence, I'd like to congratulate you on your 30 years of service to our ministry. It's been a real pleasure to work alongside you. I believe you embody Providence's values with your warm, friendly, helpful, loyal attitude. And it really makes coming to work a pleasure. Thank you very much.
We're here for Georgia. Georgia's been here for 30 years. She started way back in the 1900s. She is an amazing EEG technician. She does children. She's the only children EEG technician in the region. She comes in when she's not on call. She's absolutely amazing.
She is. Georgia is my best friend. We do stuff at work, outside of work. We go to lunch, we go to concerts all the time. We just hang out. She is the best. Thank you, Georgia, for being who you are.
Thank you, Georgia.
Yay!
Hi, Kitty. Congratulations on your great accomplishment of 30 years working at St. Mary's. When you first started here, I believe you were working on the surgical floor and then you advanced up to the ICU. I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate all the hard work that you do and the out-of-the-box thinking you do to take care of your patients. Congratulations again, and here's to another 10 years, I'm sure. Have a great time. Thanks.
Hi there, this is Cindy Moore-Marco. I'm the clinical manager for PACU and GI, and I have two caregivers that have been here for Providence St. Mary for 30 years. Julie Eggert and Susie Dwyer. I just want to say thank you both. You were my friends. We went to high school together. We've gone through a lot. Susie, you started a little later in your nursing career than Julie and I. I remember when you first started, Susie, in the ICU, new to the profession, great nurse and always a passion for your patients. Julie, admire your no nonsense sort of way about yourself. Beautiful nurse, biggest heart I've ever known, and I just hope we can continue to working together and for many more years. Congratulations to both of you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm honored to tell you that Diana Dunham has worked for St. Mary Medical Center for 30 years. She has dedicated her entire nursing career to the inpatient rehab facility. She started out on the floor as a bedside nurse and has been more recently the coordinator of rehab, making sure that all of the regulations and rules have been followed, all the I's have been dotted, and all the T's have been crossed, making sure that the therapists, nurses, and doctors are in line. We have been truly blessed to have you as part of our team and are just excited to keep you on our team as long as we possibly can. Thank you, Diana, for 30 years. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Diana, for 30 years.
Congratulations on your huge accomplishment, Brenda Gales-Groom. 30 years at Providence St. Mary's. What an accomplishment. I just love that you have put your heart, soul, and passion into the care that you provide your patients, the leadership that you provide your peers, the best practice that you put in to St. Mary's as a hospital, and nursing in general. You just go above and beyond every single day. There are a couple of things that I really appreciate about you. Being able to work so closely with you, I've been able to gather a couple little tidbits that I'd like to share. The first being your laugh. I can literally hear it from down the hall, and there is no way anybody could be upset when you hear that laugh. I know that that is something that you provide to your patients and your peers, and just can turn the whole mood around, and that laughter really does heal, and there's nothing like your laugh. The other thing I think I really appreciate the most about you is the leadership that you provide your peers on the medical unit particularly. You have the knowledge and the passion and drive to be an amazing leader, and I know that your peers and me especially really appreciate that. You can always tell when you're really worried about the unit because you do twirl your hair, and I know it's one of those things that people kind of joke about, but what I see when you're doing that is how much you really care about making the right decisions and doing the right thing. And even though it is funny and people laugh about it, I know that that means you really are putting your heart and soul into our unit to make it the best that you can. And the other thing that I really appreciate about you personally is how much you care about each and every individual. There's not a day, I think, that goes by that I've worked with you where you haven't asked about my family, how we're doing. You remember things that even my husband doesn't remember. You want to know, and it's genuine, and I appreciate that so much. That's really what makes you, you, and makes you go above and beyond every single day. So here's to 30 years. I hope that you don't go anywhere anytime soon. You are an amazing nurse, an amazing leader, and an amazing friend. Congratulations.
So I get the honor to award Libby with her 30-year pen virtually, and wow, what a momentous occasion. To be able to be at the Cancer Center from the ground up and help build it, to see so many patients come through our doors and to serve our community so diligently throughout the years, it's remarkable. We are lucky to have Libby at the Cancer Center to help guide the team, just to have her passion and her dedication for the patients she serves and the team that she serves, and it's truly an honor. And congratulations, Libby, on 30 years.
Congratulations on 30 years at Providence, Kim. Thank you for being part of my team. I've enjoyed working with you the past several years. You're definitely a go-to with inpatient rehab research and questions, among so many others. I'm thankful for the effort you have put in the random things I throw your way. Your flexibility in all the changes we've been through has been appreciated. Comments from the team include, appreciate your attention to detail and willingness to help others, that you take ownership of what you're working on. You have a great sense of humor, and we enjoy working with you. You're a true asset to Providence. While you may not want to work here another 30 years, I look forward to your future successes. Thanks, Kim.
Hi, Susie. Congratulations on 30 years of service. Thank you for your continued dedication to our patients. You advocate on behalf of their financial needs, and you truly are the epitome of compassion. Here's to 30 years, Susie.
Congratulations, Bruce. Thank you for the 35 years of support of Providence Missions. I am proud of the journey that you've walked with us. Thank you.
Hi there, this is Mary Crawford, and I get the great pleasure of recognizing Rick Rohde for over 40 years of service. When I think about Rick and all that he's done for St. Mary, the list is long, not only because he's been here for 40 years, but Rick's one of those folks that is just willing to get involved in any project you ask for his help in. Recently in environmental services, he picked up the interim position of lead and answered the phone and helped us daily to get the work done, move offices, wax floors. He came in on a night shift in the ER because it's been so crazy. We haven't been able to get to those floors. He came in 5 days in a row and worked 12-hour nights to get those floors waxed. And that's just a few examples of Rick and the way he lives the mission. It's been so great, Rick, to work with you these many years, and I appreciate you and all you do for St. Mary and all of us who work here. Thank you so much for your years of service, and I look forward to continuing to work with you.
5 things I learned this year. 6 Coke Zeros in one day should be my limit. I still hate cooking. That Microsoft Teams is my best friend and my worst enemy. When I watch too many British TV shows, I start to think in a British accent. And when I stopped taking daily showers, my water bill went way down. That was just 1 year. Can you imagine working at Providence St. Mary's for 45 years? Susan Leathers is getting her 45th service award this year. 45 years! She should get an X-ray machine named after her or something. She was very nice to hire me. I'm sure I impressed her with my Windows 95 knowledge. I bet I could find some people who worked with her through the years.
Well, I've been here quite a long time, but not quite as long as Susan. So years ago in the old ICU, early in my career, I was getting a tour by the department director. And Susan, I think, was the assistant director. And I remember during this tour, the director coming to Susan and asking her a question about how to deal with a difficult patient. And I thought, well, that's interesting. This is kind of a role reversal. And then one of the staff nurses said, oh, that's not unusual. Even doctors come to her with questions. Gosh, you know, she has a passion for workplace safety. She has a big heart. She cares for everyone who works here. You know, just her knowledge and wealth of knowledge and her calmness, her grace. Just highly respect her. St. Mary has been very fortunate to have her be here for 45 years and hope for many more years to come. Thank you, Susan.
Congratulations, Susan, on 45 years. I remember 36 years ago when you took a chance on me and hired me. I just want to say thank you for doing that. And you were my very first boss, and I appreciated everything that you've done for me and where I grew up to be in your shadows. And I appreciated you as a mentor way early on. So enjoy. I'm not sure if retirement is in your future here, but whatever you continue doing, do it with everything you've got. Thank you.
Hi, Susan. It's me, Melanie, coming to you from my home office. Wish I could be there in person to give you a hug. What can I say about Susan Leathers, my dear friend? Gave me my first leadership opportunity as the manager of the ICU. We've taught lots of classes together. We've been roommates practically, raised our Alexes together for a while. Knowing you as well as I do, I can say it's been a privilege. It's been an honor. You're a great friend, a fabulous nurse, a deep thinker, and always you've been the voice of reason in the back of the room. When I was out on a limb too far, you'd pull me back in. I can't ask for a better friend. There's not a smarter person that I know, and I'm proud to have spent 30 plus years working with you at Providence St. Mary Medical Center, and looking forward to many more. And I wish you all the joys in the new year. And this place doesn't know by the half how lucky they are that you have been a part of the legacy of Providence St. Mary Medical Center.
Hey Susan, I believe I'm the only person on the active medical staff that's been with you throughout these entire 45 years. It's been an absolute pleasure to know you and work with you. I think most people realize that you were and probably still are the most knowledgeable person about trauma systems throughout the Pacific Northwest, east of the Cascade Mountains. And I have such fond memories of working with you in developing the trauma systems here at Providence St. Mary. I still recall the time we took the flight from Walla Walla. We were supposed to give a talk in Yakima, and Yakima was fogged in, and we flew on to Seattle, turned around. Yakima was still fogged in, and we came back to Walla Walla without ever making our stop at Yakima. But it has just been a pleasure to know you. I wish you well. I wish we had another 45 years. That's probably not realistic, but congratulations on these many years of service to Providence St. Mary Medical Center.
I think we're good to go.
Okay, are you
Yeah.
ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hello, Susan. Rich Jacobs here. I just wanted to be a part of your celebration and recognize your 45 years of service to St. Mary Medical Center, the city of Walla Walla, as well as the whole region. You have touched tens of thousands of lives as a caregiver there, as well as an administrator for healthcare in Walla Walla. You've done a wonderful job. I remember my years there at St. Mary very fondly, and much of that reason was because of my association with you in the ER. Worked on many committees with you, and you always did more than your share, and your input was always so highly regarded. So anyway, Susan, I can't believe it's been 45 years. It's actually been 16 years since I left Walla Walla, and you've just kept plugging away, which is great. I think part of those 45 years must have been service for being a candy striper or something, because it doesn't seem like it's possible that you've been there that long. In any way, I wanted to be a part of your celebration. Congratulations, job well done, and God bless.
I first met Susan Leathers in late evening or early night shift in 1981. We were both 40 years younger at the time. Because we had acquired a lot of complicated and difficult patients, and that the training of the nursing staff had not yet caught up to the complexity of the patients, I often rounded at off hours so that I would have an opportunity to talk to the nurses who were taking care of the difficult patients to make sure that they understood the situations and the problems that they faced. And so I could get to know them. Part of that is recognizing which voice on the phone you can trust and which one you can't. I walked into the room and Susan was taking care of a complicated patient that had a head injury and a neck injury and a couple of other problems. And I started to ask her some questions about the physiology of the patient. It'd be more accurate to say that I interrogated her about the situation of the patient. The question that I asked her really was, could she differentiate between an upper and lower motor neuron lesion? And could she explain the anatomic and physiologic substrate that explained those findings? Without hesitation or uncertainty, she proceeded to do exactly that. So, Susan went permanently on the list of the people that you could count on. And I never had a situation where there was a difficult patient that I didn't feel she could take care of. And I think that's probably exactly the case for every other physician whose patients she cared for. The subject of this story is how to get your name on a brass plaque in the emergency room. It became clear in the early 80s that our trauma care was not as it should be. Because of the increased number of multiple trauma patients sent to the hospital because of the neurosurgical service fielding regional trauma care, we had difficulties with managing many of the patients. We had discussed the need for a trauma program and a trauma committee to monitor and improve that service. Susan had the bull by the horns. She showed up at my office on a clinic day and asked to talk to me about the trauma service. She asked me to be the chairman. Her exact words were more like, "You need to be the trauma chairman." I told her I was busy. I didn't want to be the trauma chairman since I had enough enemies already and was constitutionally incapable of writing a quality assurance letter without it being received as personally insulting and professionally degrading. I went to see my next patient. When I returned to my office, she was still there. I asked her, "Are you going to stay here until I say yes?" She smiled. "Yes, I am." Since Susan could write the same QA letter, which the recipient would find personally uplifting and professionally supportive, I agreed that I would be the chair, she would write the letters, and I would sign them without editing. The deal was struck. The team to change trauma was made effective by Susan's knowledge of the trauma system and trauma systems, Carol Mason's data mining. Carol had the unfair advantage of being smarter than all of the doctors, including myself, and a lot of hard work by the medical staff and surgical staff. St. Mary's became the first hospital in Washington to be a member of the trauma system. We were a member of the Oregon trauma system since Washington had not gotten their act together well enough to have its own. And that is how you get your name on a brass plaque in the emergency room. You do what Susan tells you to do. Another thing that made Susan outstanding was her leadership style. When I had given unsolicited advice to the administration about changes in leadership in nursing, I always used Susan as the example. She could, would, and had done every job she asked her people to do, never threw them under the bus, and treated them like family members, the good kind of family members. She had their back, they had hers, and the combination made for an extremely effective leadership style and an effective leader. Working with and arguably for Susan was one of the great pleasures and privileges of my professional career. I owe a good deal of my success to her. I regard her with professional respect and personal affection. It's hard to beat that in a colleague, and I regard her as a good friend.
Okay, so there were some good things. The people who work at Providence, St. Mary, are obviously the best people ever. 2020 is almost over, thank goodness, and soon it appears we will be back to some semblance of normalcy. Oh, shoot. Does this mean I have to start wearing pants again?